Welcome back to the greatest show on the internet, In the Loop. We're back again. Albert's here.
Hello, everyone.
This is our third time trying to record this episode.
You're giving away trade secrets, my friend.
Trade secrets and professionalism that we bring to this
Oh, absolutely.
position.
That's what we're known for.
Yep, 100%. So this week we're going to talk about DC Fandome, their online, I guess, Comic-Con replacement because of, coronavirus. It was all online. It was all at ridiculous hours in the morning.
And you could book your own seat.
Yeah.
In a very, very strange way of doing that. Anyway.
Bit pointless, really. I did not book my seats. I watched the trailers on YouTube in the morning.
How could you?
So we're going to not really talk about everything in great detail. We're not going to do trailer breakdown second by second for each one because
there's plenty of those going around already.
Exactly, and who really cares? We can draw red circles around things. We don't need to do that. But we're going to start with, just have a quick look at some of the trailers. So there was Wonder Woman 1984, a film I wasn't excited for because I didn't really like the first one, and this trailer hasn't sold me on it.
I'm going to have to agree with you there. The trailer was...
a lot happened, but feasibly, nothing was interesting. So
yeah, here's some action sequences. Here's some people looking dramatic. Here's a bit of conversation.
Here's Cheetah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if you like the original Wonder Woman movie, we can kind of assume it's going to be more of the same.
Yeah.
So.
If you like the film Cats...
Then first of all,
you need to leave. Just if you like Cats and you're subscribed, just go. Walk out the door. We don't want.
Check into your nearest psychiatric ward.
We don't want your views. We don't want your likes. We don't want your comments. Just take them somewhere else. But yeah, the CGI for Cheetah looks real bad. But I know it's only a trailer. But
still, you would assume that for a trailer, they'd put in
some
the best they could, honestly.
Yeah, not sold on it. We'll see if another one changes our opinion on it. Moving swiftly on, Suicide Squad, the film, not the game. Yeah,
Suicide Squad 2?
No, it's called the Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad 2, Suicide Squad Harder.
The Suicide Squad, because we're ignoring the first one. Because
it never happened.
It was real bad. There is some returning cast. Joel Kinnaman is back as Rick Flag. Margot Robbie is still Harley Quinn.
And Margot Robbie's probably going to be Harley Quinn for this foreseeable future anyway.
Captain Boomerang. There's another one probably. No Will Smith though. So everyone who cared about his character in the first one, he's not coming back.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it was basically just a list of names of weird DC comic book villains that a lot of people haven't heard of.
It was kind of just character posters for 2 minutes straight.
Pretty much.
Here's a face, here's a name, here's an action shot, moving on.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell you anything.
Amanda Waller is the original.
Always there. What can you really say about the trailer? Not much, I guess.
There's no story or anything, so...
It could be an interesting way to bring in new characters to the DC universe.
How many of their heads are going to explode?
Yeah, exactly.
I think Nathan Fillion is going to explode.
Oh, not again. That might be a spoiler, depending. Anyway.
I don't know, I haven't seen Firefly.
Yeah, trailer doesn't really tell you much.
Who cares? It's directed by James Gunn, so it'll probably be good.
Yeah, I wouldn't say high hopes, but there are hopes. So.
Yeah, the first one was so bad that, I don't care. The approach I have to DC films now, because I've been burned several times, is unless I like the trailer, I'm not going to watch it or believe anything anyone says about it. You've got to really convince me to watch it. I still haven't seen Joker. I was not sold by the trailers.
You are, as I said, you are missing out on Joker. Like, the trailers might not be that revealing, but the actual movie itself is quite good.
I'll try and watch it. I'll put it on and see what happens.
Yeah, you're going to end up finishing it in a single sitting. Anyway.
That's how you watch films.
Yes, but, not stopping, starting, trying again.
Black Adam, another nothing trailer. For a film
The funny thing is, we're going to mention this for the last trailer I think we're going to talk about, but the difference between a teaser trailer and an actual trailer is very, very blurred nowadays. I think these ones were listed as official trailers. Were they? listed as teasers as well.
Oh, I'm not sure. Let's have a look. YouTube.
Huh.
Where do you watch your trailers on YouTube? I wait for IGN to run.
Yeah. These are all teaser trailers, but just for the strict definition of teaser, they don't tease like a teaser trailer used to be. A 30-second snapshot.
Yeah, you'd see some of the film.
Yeah, in these ones you see nothing.
You see nothing. It's just posters. Like you could just put out a poster and be like,
it's just a slideshow that they press the next key on every once in a while.
I mean, Wonder Woman.
The trailers
you see the whole
themselves
story.
aren't bad. They are just very lacking.
Yeah, I mean, Wonder Woman. You see the whole story. So
yeah,
Max Landis starts granting everyone's wishes to to get what they want. That's probably how Steve Trevor's going to come back. And then, Cheetah gets excluded, Christian Wiig, and then Max Landis presumably wants to take over the world and destroy things and turns Cheetah into Cheetah because she wants to become powerful and was rejected her whole life. They have a fight and Wonder Woman wins. Boom, I have just saved you £15.
Yeah, that's it. That's the story, probably.
Yeah. It's anything different. Honestly, I just doubt that's the whole story, and it was revealed in the trailer. So, don't watch the trailer. Or listen to what I just said. Oh yeah, Black Adam.
Now featuring Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, not featuring Shazam, and that's about it.
And not featuring me watching it. Because, I mean, who cares? Like, if it was in a Shazam film, I'd be like, cool. But
Shazam was good.
Shazam was good. I like Shazam. I like Zachary Levi. Great film. Just Black Adam on his own in a random prequel. It's just kind of like, they're not doing this for any other villains, and you can clearly see that they're just doing it because it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah,
and he's been
cast the problem when they start
years.
throwing big names at a TV show or a movie, and hope that the kind of hype and acclaim around those actors carries the show rather than the actual substance of it. I'm hoping that's not what happens in these cases, but it seems to be a fairly recurrent trend now. So
yeah.
I'm not too impressed.
Wonder Woman comes out this year, I think. Just going back to that briefly. I think it's late. I think it was already supposed to be released, so...
It was supposed to be released by now, yes.
Tenet out on Wednesday.
Or October, at the very least, I think.
Yeah.
But, well.
Yeah, again, Black Adam, just... you don't get anything from it, so... There's no actual footage. It's an animated thing, so you don't know what the actual film's going to be like or what the costume looks like, so...
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a teaser trailer that tells you less than your conventional teaser trailer in almost 3 times the time.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
On to gaming, which is something I don't know anything about. I get it sometimes.
It's more my field of expertise.
It's Albert's field of expertise. He made me go and watch the Suicide Squad trailer because he said it was really good. Suicide kills the Justice League. Again, it's just a cutscene. You don't get any of the gameplay.
This is what I want to bring up in this case. So the gameplay... Well, not the gameplay. The trailer makes it look like a combination between your typical, Batman kind of brawling game and Sunset Overdrive, if any of you know that. It's a very kind of upbeat, very colorful, very kind of cheerful and energetic game, which kind of works well with the Suicide Squad vibe. Harley Quinn's apathy towards anything, and the character interactions. The actual character interactions seem really interesting and really having actual comedy and not being completely flat.
Yeah.
But it was essentially a cutscene.
Yeah, the game doesn't come out for another 2 years, so you kind of expect that there's no footage at this point. But
the issue I have with these, a lot of games nowadays release cutscenes or animated shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
That are considerably more entertaining than the game themselves.
Yeah, you don't know what the game's going to look like or how it's going to play. It's just... Here's a cutscene.
It's not even just as a trailer or whatever. Even retroactively, one of the I think it was Overwatch is that their animated shorts are really really good. Like you could make a full movie out of it. Except they don't. They keep making a game. Same thing with this.
Did they make a second Overwatch?
Technically, yes. It's the same game, but with a couple of additional maps and characters. Not even characters, just maps and skins, and that's it. They called it a day. It's not real. Overwatch 2 doesn't exist. It's Overwatch 1 with some free DLC. Well, paid DLC, rather.
But is it like an actual separate title?
No. Yes.
So, I'm going to Google Overwatch 2. What are you talking about?
That's not what we're here for!
I
Fine.
know, I'll
keep talking about the game. Suicide Squad kills the Justice League. It comes out in 2 years. Right now, we have nothing except for a pretty entertaining cutscene about it.
I'm gonna have to see more before I buy it. I've been burned.
Yeah, exactly. There's quite literally nothing you can say about that either.
I mean, it is made by the Arkham team, so I do trust them.
The issue is that even though these are supposed to be kind of, hype-generating teasers or whatever, the problem is that,
zero hype so far.
Yeah, there's no real hype you can say because they have no content that you could base your hype off of. Of course, you could be hyped about their existence, but there's no substance behind that hype.
A great trailer,
for the sake of it.
Which I think back to in recent times. The first teaser for The Force Awakens, where it showed none of the story, great. The best trailer, the teaser trailer I have seen for ages, was the second teaser trailer for The Force Awakens, with the line that everyone will know. Han Solo and Chewbacca walk into the Millennium Falcon, and he goes, "Chewie, we're home," and it just cuts, and it says December 2015, and I'm like, yes. Even now I'm thinking about that, and I'm just smiling, because it's like, that was... there's going to be a big gap there, because I smacked my headset somehow, and it stopped. Well, not smacked it, I moved my hand across, and I caught the mic. It didn't come off or anything, and it stopped working, so we are very high...
The production value is immense.
It's just so high on this show. I don't know why anyone would not watch it. Well, what were we talking about?
We were just mentioning how
the Suicide Squad, yeah.
Well, that and the trailer for
the game, yeah.
Yeah, they don't give you much. There's no hype to be had because of it. It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. So moving on to the game trailer I was more interested in, Gotham Knights. So there were 2 trailers released for this. There was a game trailer and there was 7 minutes of gameplay.
Yep.
I watched the trailer. I didn't watch all the gameplay because I don't want to watch, I just want to get a feel for it. I don't want to see 7 minutes of the game. I quite like the premise that Batman's dead and it's just, I don't want to say Batman's kids, but like...
But basically Batman's kids.
Batman's kids. That's completely... I know that is completely wrong in comic book lore because it's Tim Drake, not Damian Wayne Robin. But, think of a better name for them.
The Knights. The Hoy.
The Gotham Knights. Oh, wait. No, but
man, I really wish they should have picked that name, huh?
Yeah,
we're so really clever thinking about this.
It's an interesting premise. Gameplay-wise, it looks pretty good. The one thing that concerns me is that a lot of games have been moving towards is that it is a single-player game, but you can play it co-op split screen or co-op multiplayer online. Now, I don't want to be restricted by this at all. I just want to play the game. Do you get what I mean by that?
Not fully. Or do you mean that you don't want there to be any difference between playing alone or playing with somebody?
Yeah, I don't want any difference between that.
Yeah,
I just want to play the game and enjoy it. I don't mind switching characters and stuff because that comes with a lot of games, but I don't want to be restricted because I've decided to play it single player.
I don't think there's going to be... I don't know a lot of games that have this restriction, except for the ones that are inherently marketed as co-op games.
Yeah.
I think that's not going to be an issue there.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to get the Avengers game. That's off.
No.
Because it looks bad.
My problem, like, this is something I know you like a lot. You really liked all of the Arkham games.
Yeah.
I didn't like them that much. I found the combat mechanic to be very...
It's very button mashy at times.
Yeah. Punch, 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 parry. Punch, 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 punch.
I had a different strategy, which I feel the people of the internet will judge me for, is that I'd hit them a bit and then I'd grapple onto the ceiling or grapple away.
Yeah.
And then come back, let them go back to thinking I wasn't there and then come and hit them a bit and then run away. I mean, it made it take longer, but, I didn't die, so...
But also, obviously, the Arkham games are very highly regarded. They're considered very good games by almost any metric.
Yes.
Exactly. So, like, my personal taste, not accounting for my personal taste, I think the game itself, given the gameplay trailer, so far, it looks to be really good.
Yeah, that's out of the 2 that they showed. They might have showed more. But out of those 2 games, I'm definitely going to get Gotham Knights.
Well, maybe once they show an actual gameplay trailer for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
But right now, given what they've given us, Gotham Knights definitely does look like a...
cracking
game.
Game.
More of a game.
Yeah. not an animated cutscene.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna keep my eyes out on it. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know whether I'm willing to buy it.
Yeah, I mean, we play
entirely
different
on-
games, really. This is an insight. You
Yeah.
know, I mostly play single-player stuff or online. Like, I'm not into that much of...
I either play single player or online.
No, like, I either play, like, completely online games, not a mix
Yeah,
of
yeah.
both. Like, you know, this is going to ruin all of my opinions, but, you know, as a football fan, I don't mind FIFA. You know, it's a terrible game, but I get fun out. I enjoy it. But, you know, some of my favourite games are Skyrim and the Arkham series and, you know, stuff like that. I'm not really... you know, we play a bit of CS.
The point we're trying to make is that we have a variety of interests, so...
And mine shouldn't be listened to.
Yeah, basically. But no, the Gotham Knights looks good, looks interesting, and definitely something to keep your eyes out on.
Yeah. Back to films. Rapid.
Last but not least.
Hard cut. No, not last but not least. We're not on that
Oh,
one
got
yet. We're
something
saving that
else.
one for the end. We're going to talk
Ooh.
about why the internet is the worst thing to ever exist. Because it's given us the Snyder Cut.
Yes.
Now,
The
I
Snyder
hated Justice League because it was terrible. In
Very
fact, I
descriptive,
didn't
but-
finish Justice League. I stopped watching it because it was so bad. And, you know,
I went and finished it, but otherwise I agree fully. Like, it was not a good movie.
yeah, I just didn't, even the trailers I watched before the film was like, what is this? I mean, I'd been burned by Suicide Squad and, well, actually, no, we changed our mind on Batman vs. Superman. But, yeah, why this exists actually baffles me. That this is now a thing that is happening.
No, I find this... Basically, I find this a comedy gold. So obviously, when the original release of it came out, the general consensus was that this was bad, and of course, because of the controversy revolving around the whole movie and its production, everyone even back then wanted Snyder Cut, right?
Yes.
And the fact that it's finally come out, what I think is incredible is, first of all, the fact that it was basically a very large number of people, half of which were whining about it, half of which were going, hey, maybe it'd be interesting if it was done properly, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But right now, there's only one of two things that's going to happen. Well, one of three, really, but one of two is the more important ones. Either the Snyder Cut is going to be everything that people wanted it to be, right?
Which it would never be, so...
Yeah, Zack Snyder's very own Justice League masterpiece with everything, everything that should have been is as it is. But obviously, what he has to work with...
expectations for 3 years, so it's not going to be what everyone wants.
And he's still relying... There's no reshoots, there's no...
No, there are some reshoots. There was an increased budget to finish the Snyder Cut. They are bringing back the cast.
Oh, so are they going to actually get the mustache thing working properly this time?
Presumably, unless Henry Cavill's grown a mustache. He doesn't have any facial hair in The Witcher, does he? No.
No, in The Witcher, no.
Stubble. That doesn't count. And he's not in Mission Impossible anymore. So, yeah, Henry Cavill has shaved his facial hair. This time he has legally been allowed to.
But yeah, so I was going to say that even though... Okay, so there have been some reshoots, and I assume there's some new footage, but they're not refilming a whole film. They're not remaking the whole thing.
Because
so a lot of
parts
the footage
of it were filmed by Zack Snyder before Joss Whedon took over. Obviously, the reason Zack Snyder left was very sad and tragic.
Yes.
Which we won't go into.
Yeah, it's not his. It's not on him for leaving the production
at all. And
it's more about Joss Whedon doing what he did to it.
What he did to it, and apparently he's the worst on set, as we discovered with that tweet from Ray Fisher, that he's an awful person. So that may explain why he's not doing Marvel films anymore.
So back to let me finish my point. Goddammit, yeah. So Zack Snyder has obviously a lot of the footage he's going to be using is going to be the same. Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to see what he can do with it. Obviously, he's going to be able to add some material, take away some material. For example, the "Do you bleed?" line is no longer appearing at all in the movie because, in his opinion,
Batman vs Superman.
It was also in Justice League.
Who said that? Did Batman say it again?
I think so. I think it was him.
Damn,
anyway,
really
Snyder specifically said that he thinks it's a stupid line and has no part in the movie, so he's removing it. So either it's going to come out, the movie's going to come out, and it's going to be exactly what people wanted, which is a massive undertaking, and as you said, given the expectations, highly unlikely.
By its own hype.
or it comes out and it's just as bad because the original footage was horrific.
Secretly, we all want that to happen.
It's going to be funny either way, because if Snyder's it right, then it just kind of buries Whedon even more into the ground, saying like, you were given something great and this is what you turned it into.
I think he was fired from Batgirl because he was supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, actually.
The DC slate is the most confusing thing to ever exist. You don't even know what's in production half the time.
No. Marvel has a goddamn timeline 20 years in the future.
Yeah.
DC's like, actually, we cancelled this, but we started something else entirely, and then you don't hear about it for years. And back to the point, if the Snyder Cut is bad, then obviously it's going to be a massive disappointment for everyone.
Yeah.
Because it shows that the Justice League idea was trash to begin with, but also it would be really funny.
It was too early for Justice League. This is off topic, but you introduce... Superman was the only established character. Well, there was Wonder Woman just before that. But
and you could say technically Batman with his previous...
Batman was in half a film.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman's film had just come out, and she was in Batman vs. Superman for 5 minutes. None of the rest of the Justice League were established apart from those little trailers in Batman.
You could say that. You could say, "Oh, Flash was established from the TV show," or "Cyborg was established from."
But they were different characters, until
exactly.
the crossover event, the Crisis on Infinite Earth events. The TV shows and the films were separate for DC until Ezra Miller was in the TV series briefly for 2 seconds. You can find the clip online.
I'm here now. I'm back. I'm gone. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Speaking of the Flash film, actually, they confirmed some interesting stuff that Michael Keaton is going to be in it as Batman, and also Ben Affleck
pretty good.
is coming back. So we've got Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton coming back. Robert Pattinson's probably going to be in it as well, although they haven't confirmed that yet. But this is weird now because I don't know who Batman is. Obviously, it's not Michael Keaton because he's just returning as an older Batman, presumably. But we're getting Justice League again with Ben Affleck. Then he's going to be in the Crisis on Infinite Earth, or is it Flashpoint? I think it's Flashpoint for the Flash film.
There's just so many now.
So what I think they might do is that it's the original, trying to make sense of the DC timeline. So it will come in Justice League timeline, and it will be the Snyder Cut version, and then Flash is going to change the future as he does in that story. And then he's going to have to refix it, and then Batman will just be Robert Pattinson. Maybe, I think, is how they're going to do it. Possibly.
Once again, it's all speculation because
it is speculation. We don't know anything about the Flash film apart from the casting stuff. There was no footage revealed because they keep losing directors. But on the side, on the Justice League trailer, the use of Alleluia in that trailer was god awful. That was appalling.
It was jarring, it was unexpected, and it was unwelcome.
Also, trailer-wise, it just looked like one of the first Justice League trailers from 3 years ago. I was like, wait, I've seen this before, but this time it's got worse music over the top. They put the black suit Superman in it, I guess, was the main difference.
Ooh, variety. Shocking.
Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, whatever happens with that, it's going to be interesting. We'll probably do an episode on it if the show still exists at that point.
Up until now, I think everything regarding the whole fandom thing boils down to one thing.
One thing.
It's a lack of substance.
I've gone a different way with that.
You've gone a very different way. I know. I was going to say that up until now, because the next thing is the next thing.
I built up to the next thing too much. Yeah, I agree with you. Most of it was just kind of whatever, which you do get with Comic-Con. Is a lot of obviously it's not San Diego Comic-Con, but most of it's just oh, cool, this is happening. And obviously there was TV stuff announced, but I mean, DC TV at this point, who cares?
The thing is, there's a very fine line when announcing new media between obviously announcing it and then fully giving away what it is.
Yeah.
But in this case, they went way, way, way too far to the just announcing it side and went,
here's a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. Here's a title, and some images, and that's it. It's okay, cool, you could have announced this far more casually. It just feels like a wasted opportunity, really.
Apparently that there is going to be a second DC Fandome later on in the year. Why?
Yeah, but what are they going to reveal there, exactly?
I don't know what they're going to reveal. They
Are they going to give us more trailers, full
more
trailers,
more trailers. They're going to do another one. It doesn't make sense.
even more new stuff?
Even more. That'd be too much stuff.
Once again, it's just the fatigue. Like, there's so many things being announced and so little substance to them. It's difficult to care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to start caring the same way I think you're going to start caring when they actually start putting stuff on the table and go, right, here's
a thing you can watch.
Here's an actual game, or here's an actual movie instead
or
of
a film
just
that's coming out in a year's time.
Yeah, or a game in 2 years' time.
Yeah. Well, that's it
All
for
over the
DC
place.
Fandome. There's nothing left to talk about. I hope
Yeah.
you guys enjoyed the episode. Wait a minute!
There's one more thing I want to talk about, and something that we're both genuinely interested in, or at the very least interested in talking about.
The Batman.
The Batman, starring Robert Pattinson, the sparkly boy from Twilight.
The
On that note,
sparkly
I think
boy.
Robert Pattinson's he's done a really good job of, I guess the way
Making
to describe
people
it,
forget that
reinventing
he's-
himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
Like,
no longer the sparkly boy.
we all know that the Twilight cast was a fascinating and incredible cast. It was just that the direction and story of that was horrific. So, like, Robert Pattinson is a great actor. He just got a really short fucking stick with Twilight.
I have never seen the films.
I've seen the films because I thought it was funny to see how bad they were. I also
My
read
mum
the
had
books.
the
The
books,
books
so I
are
thought I'd have a look at it, and I think I read 10 pages and thought, this is awful.
the books are considerably better than the movies. Like, the books are actually good stuff to read, or at least were when I was reading them when I was like 14. So who knows?
I don't think it's our target market anymore.
No, we missed out on that. Well, they missed out on us. Whatever. It's not our thing anymore.
So
But
the Batman.
back to the point.
An
The
actual
Batman.
trailer. Something we can talk about.
Still labeled a teaser trailer, weirdly enough.
That was 4 minutes
Coming in
long.
at 2.5 minutes.
Oh, what was 4
2.5.
minutes?
Something else entirely, my friend.
Great trailer.
Yeah.
You don't see a lot of the story. You know that the Riddler's going to be the main villain, which is something different we haven't seen for a while. I'm not counting that Jim Carrey abomination.
As you should not.
It looks, it's not Batman Begins. He is a relatively young Batman in terms of Batman. He's only been doing it for a short while, but at least he's established. We don't have to. Oh my god, are we going to see his parents get shot again?
I really hope not. I want this to be the halfway point between, obviously, the tragedy and then the fully established Batman you got with the Dark Knight trilogy and such.
Yeah.
Something in between the mess. He's already Batman, but he's just starting out. He's still getting used to the tools, the equipment, the whole
Batman,
crime fighting aspect of his life. Yeah.
He's still wearing eye makeup.
Yep. His costume looks interesting.
Yeah, I mean, at some points I think that looks great, and at other points I think, oh, I don't like that.
What it does is, instead of making the suit look like the comic book suit, it makes it look realistic.
Yeah.
Which makes it look more kind of comical.
I do
It's
like
more
the
realistic.
Look. At times
It's more
I
realistic
like the
in terms of real life. It's less realistic in terms of what you would think a superhero would wear.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good balance. It's
do you
still
like
something
the
that you could
short
see
ears
someone.
on the cowl, or are you not that interested?
First of all, I wasn't really paying attention to the ear length, but from my own opinion is I prefer the short ears on the Batsuit.
Yeah.
Because I think just having long ears is very silly. The only good reasons I've heard is when he put like a radar antenna or whatever in the ear and it extends upwards.
A big
really
lift
fun.
in the ear that he puts up to a wall to hear crime. But no, this was a generally good, genuinely good trailer. I like that it's a different villain. I like that they're doing something different with Batman, because we've had a lot of samey Batman, and this seems to be going in a different direction. He definitely killed that guy, right? Like, that guy is not
definitely killed the guy.
The Joker thug. I mean, it's clearly a Joker thug. I know they haven't said anything about the Joker, but they can just be Joker thugs running around.
He's got the makeup.
He's got the makeup. He kills that guy, right? He says, "I am vengeance," and then just beats him to a pulp.
Well, no. So first he beats him to the ground, gets a couple of extra good punches in, goes, "I am vengeance," and then keeps going.
Yeah.
It's comical. It's really, really strange. It's comical.
Looks great.
But yeah.
Though. Looks great as you're just beating the life out of that man.
Poor sod.
It did remind me of the Arkham combat there. I was like, oh, I've done this to people in Arkham, and it's like they're not dead, so...
Yeah, it's obviously fine getting hit with a non-lethal round from the Batmobile.
Exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Exactly.
It's a 30mm shell traveling at 127 meters per second. It's like a pound of rubber. Don't worry about it.
You also see Catwoman and the Penguin in this trailer, so that's interesting. We haven't seen the Penguin since Danny DeVito, which he did do a good job. That is a good film. What is that? Batman '89?
I do not remember this.
Hang on, let me just Google Danny DeVito.
Well, Charles is doing his thinking.
It's Batman Returns, 1992. Sorry, my mistake.
You gave me a whole 3 seconds. But yeah, the trailer itself looks very good. I really like the fact that it's the Riddler because, as you mentioned, the whole Jim Carrey Riddler. Riddler has never really been taken seriously, and what I get from the trailer is kind of a lot darker, grittier vibe to it.
He seems like a straight-up murderer rather than just a guy in a green suit with question marks.
It looks a lot more gritty, but also a lot more like reasonably gritty than the Ben Affleck kind of super grit they were going for. I show no emotion.
Yeah, he does the Christian Bale voice, sort of. He does a better version of the Christian Bale voice, which I like. It's not so comical. It is a gruff voice.
Yeah, I think overall we just got high hopes for this one. It looks good. It looks interesting. And Robert Pattinson is known to be a good actor. So
yeah, this comes out next year. I'm excited for it. Unlike any film this year, apart from The Kingsman.
It was going to be Halloween 2 until Halloween Kills Again got cancelled. So. Yeah, I'm so sad about that. What about the Dune movie? When does that come out? That's also 2021.
I think that is this year. I don't know if they pushed that back or not.
I haven't heard any news about it recently.
June. It's directed by the guy who did Blade Runner 2049, which is an amazing film.
Denis Villeneuve, I believe is how it's pronounced. It is supposed to be a 2020 movie.
18th of December 2020. Christmas release.
So, hoping for it.
Yeah,
but whether that happens or not, we'll see.
Yeah, there will be a Star Wars episode later on this week where we're going to talk about what the hell happened with the sequels and how they were mixed. Different, yeah.
We're gonna save our more descriptive words for the episode, I think.
I've got notes.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so thanks for watching. This will probably be out. This Tuesday this will be out because this is longer than I thought it was. But yeah, if you like this sort of thing, we're not going to do this for every trailer that comes out because otherwise it'll just be, but if there's a big group of trailers, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, if there's some event with a lot of new stuff that we can cover.
A Comic-Con.
We'll look into it.
If you will.
Yeah, a Comic-Con of some sort.
Yes. All right, thanks for watching, listening, depending on how I edit this. And we'll see you probably Thursday, Friday this week. Bye. Tell a friend.